with your content, all right? We're not doing this social media stuff for free. See, a lot of y'all just want to be cute and take little pictures here and there, but where's the money at? Okay? Where's the income? Where's the business? If you are not getting paid to post, to go live, we have a serious problem and we got to fix it today. All right? Time is of the essence. You should be getting paid every time you do anything on these apps. You spend way too much time here to not be. Something else I want you guys to understand is this. Good morning. You should be generating income while you are asleep. Okay, ladies, we are building generational wealth. We can't do that if the only time we earn an income is when we are awake and actively working. That is not sustainable. At some point, you're going to burn out. At some point, you're going to want to spend time with your family. At some point, you're going to want to take a vacation. At some point, you're going to want to do something for you. Okay? So, we have to be generating income while we are asleep so we can still build that generational wealth and live life on our terms. If you are not doing that, we got to fix it today, not tomorrow and not next week. It has to get fixed today, okay? Something else I want you guys to understand is this. Good morning. You should be monetizing your knowledge. There is something that you already know how to do. Ladies, a lot of you guys love to overthink. You overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and that's why you're stuck. Because you're trying to think of all these things to sell when the answer is literally right in front of your face. Okay, when I first started 6 years ago, I lost 100 pounds. And on my weight loss journey, I learned how to eat right, I learned how to exercise, and I fixed my mindset. So what I did was I put all of that knowledge into an ebook, and I started selling that ebook to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight too, okay? So whatever you already know how to do, that's what I need you to sell. But the problem with you is you live in fear. Ain't that the truth? Good morning. You live in fear. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you always do. You are so fearful of putting yourself out there and failing. You are so fearful of trying something new and looking stupid. You're so fearful of people talking about you. And all of that fear that you have that you refuse to let go of is the very fear that is stealing your dream life from you. You have already done the vision board. You already know what kind of car you want. You know what side of town you want to live on. You already know what vacations you want to take. You know what you want your bank account to look like, and you know you want financial freedom. But every day that you choose to hold on to the fear is another day that you choose to not live your dream life, okay? Ladies, I want you to understand this. Good morning. The version of you who's confident in herself, she loves herself, she trusts herself, she's nice to herself, she runs her business on her terms, and she doesn't care what people think. The version of you, that version, she's already within you, okay? She's already there. But she's buried under the fear. She's buried under the excuses. She's buried under the limiting beliefs, okay? And until we fix those things, until we let those things go, you will never become that version. So we gotta fix it today. All right, good morning. Now what I wanna know is who on this live is fed up of their own BS, meaning you are tired of always starting and stopping. Good morning. You are tired of giving up on yourself. You're tired of calling yourself names. Clock it. I know some of y'all are your biggest bullies. Good morning, Hi Sadiddy. So Hi Sadiddy, you never joined Glow Up Academy. Make sure you click on that link that was emailed to you, okay? So you can come on in. You're tired of always giving up on yourself. You're tired of never putting yourself first. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. Good morning. I also want to know who on this live is fed up of living paycheck to paycheck. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. You've lived that life already. You've been there, done that, and you are ready for something better. And I also want to know who on this live has no clue what a digital product is. If you don't have any idea or you only know a little bit, go ahead and put me in the chat because I'm going to teach you. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week. Your favorite day, right? For those of you guys who have never seen me before, my name is Coach Jazz, and on this live, we are going to be building our online business. I'm going to teach you how to create your digital product, and I'm going to teach you how to sell it. But not only are we going to build our online business this morning, ladies, we're also going to build ourselves. We're going to build our confidence. We're going to build our consistency. We're going to build our follow through. We're going to build our discipline. We're going to build our standards. We're going to build our priorities. Ladies, there's things that you got going on in this pretty head of yours. Good morning, that is holding you back. You are doing this to yourself, okay? I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes because if I know anything about you, you are human, which means you're gonna forget. You always do. So make sure that you take notes, write it down, so that when you do forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get the shit done, okay? The key word of this live this morning is gonna be execution. Let me turn the mirror on for TikTok, or turn it off, I should say. The key word of this live is going to be execution, ladies. You guys are gonna hear me say this word about 50 million times this morning. Why? Because psychology has proven that the more we hear something, the more it sticks. I need you to execute. A lot of you guys are notorious for bouncing from one TikTok live to another. Clock it. You watch coach after coach. You have notebooks upon notebooks of information. You have already archived the reels. You have already saved all the YouTube videos. But the one thing you haven't done is execute. We are gonna execute. That's the only way it's gonna get done, okay? So make sure you take notes, make sure you write it down, and make sure we execute so that it actually happens, okay? If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, TikTok and YouTube. Let me tell you something. The more we interact with this live, the more we like, comment, and share, the more this live will get pushed to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who are fed up of their own BS. They've been there, okay? They want to start their online business too. They want to stop giving up on themselves too. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, please and thank you. So go ahead and start double tapping the screen. TikTok number 2, let's go, let's go. I see you, I don't see any hearts. What are we doing? Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you do not lose me because they do steal my videos. And then they're gonna turn around and make fake accounts and then message you. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled, especially on these TikTok streets, y'all, because they're coming to get you. Thank you. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and type the word ready in the chat because if you're ready to learn, I am ready to teach. While I wait for a ready, let's go ahead and do an affirmation. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Thank you. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. So many of you guys are trying your best to be perfect, failing to realize that you are not perfect, so it will never be perfect. I just need you to do something every single day. Some of y'all think you can't start an online business because you don't have 10 hours a day to commit to it. Well, who told you you need 10 hours a day? We're gonna start with what we have. So if you have 30 minutes, then that's what you will do. You will commit to 30 minutes on working towards the business or whatever goal it is that you have for yourself. And every single day, every single week, we're gonna get better and better and better, but we're gonna start. We're not gonna plan it out. We're not gonna make sure we have all the if, ands, that's, scenarios. No. We're just gonna start and understand that the more we do stuff, the better it gets, naturally, without even trying. So, progress, not perfection, is my focus, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So what is a digital product and how will we build the business? Okay, a digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? You are going to create something to sell. And it can be anything, so please don't you dare overthink. There is something that you already know how to do. And that's what I want you to sell. I told you guys when I first started, I lost 100 pounds. Okay, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. And I learned how to eat right. I learned how to exercise. And I also fixed my mindset. So I took all of that information that I learned and I turned it into an ebook and sold it to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight too, okay? Maybe you're a really good mother. You can make an ebook teaching women how to be better parents. I don't care what it is. I just need you to make it and sell it. Okay. Now, you can also do e-courses. You could do a private community. You could do workbooks, journals, affirmation guides, literally whatever you want. Listen, there is no limitation on your greatness except the limitation that you put on yourself. So when you're calling yourself stupid behind the scenes, when you're telling yourself you can't do something, when you're telling yourself you're not good at stuff, you are holding yourself back. You are the one putting a limitation on your brilliance. Not the world, not society, it's you. Because you're saying these things to yourself, and then you have the audacity to believe it. And then you show up like that in your day-to-day life. We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it, okay? Now I'm gonna give you guys 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So you gotta execute. Okay? If you're ready for app number 1, put a 1 in the chat. Good morning, good morning. No, I do not make websites. No. If you are ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. On this live, we are building our online business, but most importantly, we are building ourselves. Ladies, let me ask you this. When was the last time you told yourself that you're amazing? When was the last time you told yourself you can do it? When was the last time you told yourself you were smart? The way we speak to ourselves determines how we show up for ourselves. So when you speak to yourself like crap and you don't remind yourself how amazing you are, you start to believe that you're not amazing, that you can't do it, and that you're not smart. And that's why you keep starting and stopping. That's why you don't believe in yourself. That's why you allow other people to disrespect you, because you disrespect yourself. We gotta fix it. We got to fix it, okay? All right, app number 1, very good every single day. Canva, C-A-N-V-A, good morning, good morning. App number 1 is Canva, write it down. You will be using this app for everything. Now, I know some of you guys already have the app downloaded, but you don't use it. You're not executing shit, okay? It's just collecting storage space. Not anymore, okay? Canva. So maybe you do want to create content. Canva has thousands of video templates for you to make everything all pretty and aesthetic and branded. Lots of stuff on there, okay? Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel. I tell you guys every day, start your channel. Maybe today you're gonna listen. Canva, thank you, Debbie. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates. And the thumbnails are just those pictures that you see on YouTube before you hit the video. This is what draws people's attention to your video in the first place. Those thumbnails. They are getting them all off of Canva, and they are very easy to use. Get out your head. You just drag and drop, ladies. You just drag and drop. The templates are already made. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook. That's what I'm going to teach you guys how to do this morning. And you want your ebook to look all professional. Great. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there, okay? Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's still living in fear. If you just are tuning in, we said fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you've been doing. You've been doing it your whole life. And you're trying to run away from this because you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, I would love to have an online business, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm too old for an online business. It's too late for me. Okay. Listen to me very closely, please. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Every single day that you are blessed with another day means that you were blessed with another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Number 2, You are very tech savvy because you use technology every day. You are on these social media apps all day, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Don't tell no tales on this live. Don't do it. You are sending videos back and forth in the group chats. You are commenting, sharing, archiving, all of the things. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who think they're too old, what did we say? We are gonna sell our knowledge, okay? So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. Okay? All right. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I am a solution-based coach. I ain't with the excuses. No, ma'am. No, sir. I ain't with it. Any excuse you have, I promise you I have a solution for you. Try me. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. Let's do an affirmation. I celebrate both my small and big achievements. I celebrate both of my small and big achievements. Part of the reason why we struggle with confidence is because you never celebrate yourself. You never tell yourself, good job. You think you can't say good job to yourself till you do something monumental, like buy a house or get a new car or lose 200 pounds. Ma'am. You should be celebrating yourself every single day. And no, I'm not talking about celebrating yourself by getting some food. No, I'm just saying you should be celebrating yourself every day. You should be telling yourself how amazing you are every day. You should be reminding yourself that you can do anything you put your mind to every single day. These are the bare minimums. Because let me ask you this. If you don't treat yourself like that, how can you expect others to? Make it make sense. It's not making sense. The math ain't mathing. You need to be reminding yourself all the time how dope you are. That does not make you narcissistic. It does not make you arrogant. It does not make you cocky or conceited. It makes you human. And you should feel very highly about yourself, because if you don't, who will? Clock that. Okay? So I need you to start celebrating the big and the small achievements. App number 2, write it down. Good morning. You're welcome, Jay-Z. App number 2, write it down. ChatGPT. This is AI. I am the sauce. Let's go, let's go. And don't you ever forget it. You are the sauce. You will be using AI for everything, okay? Now, let me tell you this. ChatGPT does have a free version, and you are good with the free version. You do not have to upgrade to the premium, which is $20 a month. Everything that we are talking about, your ebook, creating the content, selling your products, can all be accomplished on the free version, okay? So you're good. You will be using ChatGPT for everything. So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not sure what kind of videos to make. Fine, ask Chat, he'll tell you. Maybe you do want to start your YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy and you're not too sure what to say. Good morning, Michelle. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you. Now all you have to do is say the words. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook. That's what I'm going to teach you how to make and sell this morning, but you're just not sure what to put in it. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, I can't make this up. It has never been easier than today to start your online business, but you keep holding yourself back. You keep living in fear and you keep telling yourself what you can't do, and you never want to prioritize yourself. You prioritize everybody else and their goals, but you never prioritize yourself. And this is why it's not getting done. I'm about to give you prompt number 1. If you are ready to create the ebook, go ahead and put ready in the chat. If you are not taking notes, tisk, 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 and shame on you. Because the key word of this live is execution. How can we execute if we don't know what we're doing? Because one thing I know about you is you are human. Life, and stress stresses. And you're gonna forget, like you always do. But if you write it down, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to those notes and get it done. So please make sure you write it down. Okay? You're gonna open up the Chat GPT app. In the search, you're gonna type this in. Here we go. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Good morning, happy Friday. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask, because closed mouths do not get fed. Don't you dare wait 10 minutes into the live and be like, Jazz, can you repeat prompt number 1? No, I cannot. Because you had opportunity to ask me to repeat it now. And you chose not to take advantage of the opportunity that was presented to you. And that's fine, you don't have to, but that just shows me you don't care. And if you don't care, then why the hell should I? Make it make sense? Go ahead and put got that in the chat. Let's go. While I wait for a few more got that's, let me go ahead and do an affirmation. Yes, I can repeat it. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. It's okay to leave my comfort zone. It's okay to leave my comfort zone. Let me tell you this. A lot of times we've been living in misery and depression and anxiety and unhappiness for so damn long. You have gotten comfortable with being miserable. You have gotten comfortable with being depressed. You have gotten comfortable with anxiety. And you have had these emotions for so long. You don't even remember what it feels like to be peaceful. You don't even remember. And it amazes me how many of us would rather live in misery and live in depression than step out of that comfort zone and do something different, because you've already been in that comfort zone for years. And you see where it's gotten you. It's gotten you heartbreak. It's gotten you with no confidence. It's gotten you starting and stopping and giving up on yourself. It's got you allowing people to disrespect you. At what point is enough enough? At what point are you willing to try something different? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. Get out that comfort zone. There is no growth there. You want to stop being depressed? Get out of the comfort zone. Stop being around people who don't feed into you, who don't pour into you. Create a strategy to get out of that miserable ass, toxic ass job that you got. Let's go. Get out the comfort zone. It's not doing anything for you. Okay. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, I need you to write this down. Write it down. This says consistent. Sorry, YouTube, I cannot turn the mirror off on YouTube, so y'all are going to be backwards. This says consistent. I need you to write this down. And then I need you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it. Because in 2026, we are going to lock in on the true definition of this word. Because a lot of y'all are very confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. If you feel like it. If you have time. No, that's not what consistent means. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, then I need you to be consistently working on the goal that you have for yourself, the business, the content, the weight loss, whatever it is. I need you to be working on it 4 out of the 7 days. This is a non-negotiable. This is going to be the new standard because you already know this. Ladies, in order for you to consistently get a paycheck, don't you have to be at work more often than not? If you work 5 days a week and there's 7 days in the week, you are at work more often than not. Some of y'all work every day. So why would your business, why would your goals be any different? In order to actually get the results that you want, you are going to have to be consistent, which means you're going to have to start putting yourself first. You got to be consistent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? If you're not consistent, it ain't going to happen. Now, let's make consistency easy, okay? Let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough. Life is life and stress is stressing and then bills is piling up, okay? So let's make it easy. It is so much easier for you to be consistent when you do things that you actually enjoy doing. Because when you enjoy doing what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. And when things don't feel like work, you actually want to do it. I need you to go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you absolutely love. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that you would love to talk about all day, all night, if you could? I want you to love this idea so much that you are going to irritate your husband because you will not shut up about it. That's how you know that's the idea for you. And if ChatGPT gave you ideas that you don't like, fine, just ask for 10 more and keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. To my ladies on this live who have lost weight, I have lost 100 pounds. You know this is true. Isn't it so much easier to consistently eat healthy when you eat healthy meals that you actually like? Yes. Yes, it is. Isn't it so much easier to consistently exercise when you do exercise activities that you actually like? Yes. Yes, it is. The reason why I'm able to consistently lift heavy weights is because I love the weight room. I love lifting heavy stuff. And since that's what I love to do, it's so easy to be consistent. Maybe you love to walk. I love to walk too. Then that's what you need to do. Maybe you love Zumba. Then you do Zumba. Whatever it is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you like. Because see, now we're bringing happiness into our world. The reason why we're depressed, the reason why we don't feel good about ourselves is because our day has absolutely nothing in it that we enjoy doing. Who wouldn't be depressed if every single day you wake up doing things you don't like? Anybody would be. That's not just you. Anybody would be. So we're going to fix it. Because when you get up and you're excited, you got things on your schedule that you love to do that bring joy to your heart, you carry this new energy, ladies. It just radiates through you. You see the world differently. You are truly at peace. I have that. And I want that for you too. And this is the only way it's going to get done. So please do yourself a favor and pick things that you actually like. And you could sell anything, okay? Don't sit there and say, well, this idea is not going to make no money. That's not true. That is not true. It's 2026. You see the darndest things online. People will buy it. I promise you. You know that. So get out your head. Okay? Consistent. Now, before we move into prompt number 2, I need you to write this down. This is critical. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. I'm going to say that again. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. If you are anything like how I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You're an energy vending machine. And half the people that you're giving the energy to are grown-ass adults who can do for themselves, and they're not reciprocating shit back to you. You are giving all of your energy to your partner, your husband, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your kids. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You're giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You're giving all of your energy to your family. and you are giving all of your energy to celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down ready to work on something for yourself, you can't. Because you don't have any energy left. Because you gave it all away. And that is why you feel frustrated, irritated, depressed, and shit's not getting done. Because you keep giving your energy away. Money flows where energy goes. Starting today, you are going to start telling people no. The answer is no. No is a complete sentence. It does not need to be explained. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on your business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her problems. It makes you human. You matter too. Your happiness is important too. So you need to start telling people no. No, I cannot loan you any money. That is money I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you a ride. That is time I could be spending for my business. No, I'm not going to sit here and listen to your problem. Shit, I got to fix my own. The answer is no. No, no, no. And again, half of these people that we're talking about, they don't reciprocate energy. If they did, you wouldn't be feeling frustrated. You wouldn't feel drained because just like you're giving, they're giving. So it's reciprocity. When you start feeling drained, that's how you know it's not being reciprocated to you, and that's a problem. These are grown-ass adults. I'm not sitting here saying that you shouldn't put your kids first. But what I am saying is you matter too. So the answer is no. Money flows where energy goes. When you start telling people no and you start keeping your energy, guess what? Now you got energy to actually get the stuff done that you've been wanting to get done for years. Okay? No. All right, very good. If you're ready for prompt number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. We are creating our ebook. We're going to sell the ebook. And most importantly, we're going to build our confidence. We're going to build it. Thank you, Jazz. App number 2, once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you will type this in. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths don't get fed. The key word of this live is execution. How can we do that if we don't even know what we're supposed to be doing? Because you already know you're going to forget. Also, you guys, if I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live out to more people. Don't be stingy. Believe it or not, there's a lot of women who are tired of their BS. They're tired of starting and stopping too. They're tired of worrying about what other people think too. Okay? So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Yes, write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Okay? You're gonna hit enter. Now, before I'm waiting for some more got that's. I see lots of ladies in these rooms, but Jazz is the only person who put got that. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. Good morning. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. Ladies, there's nothing that you can't do. I tell y'all all the time, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. I believe all of the ideas that we get come from God. They're seeds that He plants into our mind. Why would God plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them? In other words, why would he give you an idea that you couldn't do? He wouldn't. If it crossed your mind, that's because you are more than capable. But in order to actually get it done, you're going to have to stop standing in your own way. Y'all got that? Thank you, Mimi. Y'all got that? Going once, going twice. All right, very good. We're going to hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business, because chat literally wrote the ebook for you. Now, all you have to do is copy and paste. That's it. You will copy what chat gave you and you will paste it into Canva. So open up Canva and the search, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one, and they're all customizable. You can swap out colors, fonts, pictures, whatever you want. You will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who are overthinkers, write this down. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. It is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. Okay? So stop overthinking. Just make sure it is clean, simple, legible. That's it. That's it. Okay? Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you will download it as a PDF file. Y'all better get to writing, write it down. You will download it as a PDF file. Let's go, let's go. When you are done downloading it, you will upload it to your hosting site. Y'all better write these down. Here we go. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. If you've got all of that, put got that in the chat. And these are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty of more out there. These are just some of the most popular ones. And you only need one of these. It does not have to be on all 5. You only need one. If you've got all of that, please put got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and that you're present and you're taking notes because we got to execute. I have a positive impact on the world. I have a positive impact on the world. I can't make this up, ladies. No idea is stupid. That's number one. And you would be amazed at how many people you help just because you decided to post. There are so many people in the world who have the exact same problem that you have. Whatever it is that you had, that you fixed in your own life, whatever your message is going to be, there are a lot of people who are exactly where you used to be. And your information, your knowledge will change their entire life. I cannot make this up. Your ideas are not stupid. You have a positive impact on the world. So stop getting in your head, okay? All right, these are some of the most popular hosting sites. All right, cool. Y'all got all that. Very good. Now, before we move forward, let me tell you this. The beauty of having a coach and having a mentor is that they teach you things to do and not to do, all from their personal experiences, okay? I've been doing this full time for 6 years, started during COVID, made more money than I could have ever imagined from my cell phone, laptop, and Wi-Fi. But I would be lying to you if I did not tell you that I also made a lot of mistakes. Lots. I got mistakes for days, okay? But one of the biggest lessons that I learned in business, and this is also life advice too, ladies, we have got to get a handle on our finances. Because the version of you who's confident, who loves herself, who doesn't tolerate bullshit from others or herself, who sticks to the promises that she makes to herself and is running her business, not worrying about what people think, that version, she also has a handle on her finances. She has also put herself on a budget and she sticks to it. She has calculated how much money comes in and how much she's spending. She's not running away from her bank statements. let me tell you this. Your problems do not fix themselves. And if you don't fix it, it will just get worse. Listen, when I had my 9 to 5, I was living paycheck to paycheck, okay? Robbing Patrice to pay Paula, month after month. And I thought that if I just made more money, my money problems will go away. Well, I started running my own business, but the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle did not go away. It just got worse. Because as I made more, I just spent more. I never had a handle on my finances. I wasn't calculating how much was coming in versus what was coming out. I didn't have a budget, and I damn sure didn't stick to it. And month after month, I ran into the same cycle over and over and over again, no matter how much I made, until I fixed it. I had to get a handle on my finances. You don't have a choice, ladies. The reason why I'm bringing all of this up is because you're entering into entrepreneurship, okay? Ain't nothing free in this world. Don't act brand new. You know that. You know that. And before you say, well, I ain't got no money, that's a lie. That's a lie. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves, because you are at Chipotle every day, spending $25 on a bowl for extra queso and chicken. You are in the Chick-fil-A lines. You are at McDonald's. You are on TikTok Shop, Shein, and Temu, and you ordering off of Amazon every other day. You got money. These hosting sites have fees, okay? They have fees. Now, I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan Store is very expensive, okay? Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet. If you are brand new to all of this, okay, Stan Store is not for you. Instead, I want you to start on Gumroad, Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is you will make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me you were going to execute. So when you do start making money, then transfer everything over to Stan Store later, because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later is taking over. So Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Affirm, PayPal, for interest free. Buy now, pay later is taking over, okay? People are using buy now, pay later more than they are even using credit cards. And no, it's not just for poor people. Get that out your head, because six-figure earners are using it too. And I promise you this, if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, you will definitely make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, and you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later, okay? So what we just did was we made the ebook. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, and we made it. Now we have to sell it. We gotta sell it. Now I'm gonna be honest. Sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we gotta get this right, or there's not gonna be a business. But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did, that process should not take you longer than 2 hours. Respectfully, it shouldn't take longer than 1, but I will give you some grace and I will give you 2. Oh, and on this live, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't care how old you are. I don't give a damn. Because what you're not about to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy some words and paste it into a pre-made Canva template. No, it does not. You copy and paste reels back and forth in the group chats all day. So I know you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words, we got a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know, you want to be a perfectionist, right? Everything about you just must be perfect. You are the woman who is going to waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and second guess her greatness. And then when you do decide to actually get started, you're going to take things out, put things back, overanalyze, get frustrated and irritated, and then give up on it all over again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to overthink and have OCD some more and try to be so damn perfect. And then when you do decide to get started, yet again, this time you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they don't even have businesses. And these aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. And next thing you know, a whole year has gone by. And you ain't did shit. Ain't did nothing but waste time that you will never get back. I know it's real, Justin. I already know. Been there, done that. Let me hold your hand when I say this to you. First of all, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just what I do best. Listen, ma'am, you are not perfect at all. Okay? You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect at all. And everybody is flawed. What you really are is scary. You are still living in fear. And what do we say? Fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing for years. You have been running away from the one thing that would change your entire life. Because you are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failing. And all this fear that you have keeps you trapped right where you are, getting nothing done. If you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear, why we make excuses, why we procrastinate, this is because we are self-sabotaging. That's what all this is. All the excuses that you have, all of the it's not going to work for me that you do, all of the procrastinating, all of the fear, all of the limiting beliefs, this is all self-sabotage. You are doing this to yourself. You are getting in your own way. And the reason why we self-sabotage in the first place is because you have a fragile ego. And you are trying to protect yourself from feeling disappointed in yourself if it doesn't work out. That feeling of putting yourself out there and it failing, that feeling of disappointment that you're so afraid of, you try to protect yourself from feeling that disappointment by making excuses, by procrastinating, by trying to convince yourself it's not going to work before you even try. Because you don't want to feel disappointed if it doesn't work. But I'm confused because you said earlier you were fed up of your own BS. You were tired of always starting and stopping. You were tired of not having confidence and not staying consistent. You said you were tired of not having boundaries and letting people talk or walk all over you. You were tired of having that job that you hate. You were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You're tired of not being able to take a damn vacation. You said that you were tired of all of these things. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment. Because there's things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. See, on this live, I'm trying to help you fix it. But we can't fix it if we don't change. You can't fix something if you don't change. How can we stop living paycheck to paycheck if we don't have any extra money coming into the house? How can we eventually quit our job if that's the goal, if there's no business to take over the income? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. So you gotta launch, because that's the only way any of this is gonna work. You gotta launch. And I need you to understand and understand that the more you do something, the better it gets. But it will never be perfect. No matter how hard you try, it will still not be perfect. So stop trying and just launch. All of our favorite businesses that we spend money with today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. Nope. Mm-mm. They were not doing comedy specials with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart either. They damn sure didn't have their own production, making movies and TV shows that are winning Emmys and Oscars. And they damn sure weren't doing WWE on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their websites, netflix.com. You had to make a list of all of the movies that you wanted to see. And these movies were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait to have all of the funding. They didn't wait for the newest technology. They didn't wait till they already had all the customers. They started with what they had. They started with what they could afford. And as they kept showing up and running the business, they started making improvements along the way. Netflix is a $1 billion company. So I don't know why you think that you can skip the messy middle and you can bypass all that. No. I'm gonna need you to bring that ego on in some. Reel it in. If Netflix had to do it, I don't know why you think you don't. But you're gonna have to launch. And the more content you put out, the more products you make, the better your business will get. But for now, you're gonna start and you're gonna launch. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you are distracted AF. You're distracted as fuck. Listen, I already know and I have accepted the fact that I am not the coach, I am not the mentor for everybody. Because believe it or not everybody wants to hear the truth. No, actually, more people prefer to run from the truth. But the truth will set you free. And I don't need you to like me. I just need you to fix it. See, when you get off work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you make to yourself so you can have some confidence, but you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrity drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on the business, creating the content, building your dream life. But you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours late at night. When your children are asleep, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you make to yourself for once, but you'd rather not. You would rather scroll on social media all night, sharing funny videos back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place is because we're choosing to escape. That's what all this is. This is escapism. And the reason why we choose to escape is because there's things about our life that we are not 1000% happy with. And instead of us being grown women and choosing to fix it, we choose to run from it. We choose to escape from it. But let's take a new path, because we've done that path for years and it hasn't gotten you anywhere because there's still things you don't like. Instead of trying to escape a life that we're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? I like that path. So this is what you're going to do today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not 2027. No, today. You are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on do not disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you do not need to be at Starbucks because you get distracted there. Stop playing. You're going to start the ebook and then you're going to finish it. You're not going to start and stop and come back next week because we all know how you do. You never come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of those instructions, please go ahead and put clear in the chat, because respectfully, ain't no point in talking about sales if we don't have anything to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy Friday. It is the end of the week, but we are just getting started. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. The more we interact with this live, the more YouTube and TikTok will push it out to more people. So double tap the screen, like, comment, and share. Also, make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me, because they do steal my videos. Thank you, Kate. And then they're gonna make fake accounts and message you. So do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled. Are we clear? I see lots of ladies on this live, and Kate is the only one who is clear on the instructions. The math ain't math. And let me know that you are here and present. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. Good morning. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. Well, Jazz, how do I show love to myself? Let me tell you this. Actions speak louder than words. Why does that philosophy only apply to others, but we never want it to apply to ourselves? You say you love yourself, but your actions speak differently. It's giving you don't. Because look at how you treat yourself. When was the last time you moved your body? When was the last time you got 8 hours of sleep? When was the last time you ate your fruits and vegetables? When was the last time you drank water? When was the last time you told people to stop disrespecting you? Because if you don't know, that is showing you that you don't believe you're worthy of any of these things. Because your actions are showing you that you're not. Because you're not doing any of the things that show that you truly love yourself. A woman who loves herself, she doesn't tolerate disrespect, not from others and not from herself. So can we get 8 hours of sleep tonight? Can we put the phone down? Can we set a bedtime and stick to it? Can we get our steps in today? Can we eat something other than fried food today? Can we drink some water? Your self-worth grows every time you show love to yourself. Can you cut people off who don't pour into you, who are making you feel less than? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay? All right. Now we said sales. Sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. So we got to get this right, because if not, there will not be a business, okay? But I need to be honest with you. Sales is where most people fail. They fail here at sales. And it's not because sales is hard. So get that out your head, because I know some of y'all are freaking out. No, sales is not hard. Or sales is easy, honestly. But people's mindset and the things that they think about sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So in order to actually sell something, we're gonna have to fix our mindset in regards to sales. See, some of you guys are terrified of sales because you're saying things to yourself like, well, Jazz, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to talk about my product too much and people unfollow me. What if I'm being annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay. Let's fix our mindset about sales real quick. Number one, selling is not begging. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So get that out of your head right now. Let it go. Number two, ladies, you don't have a choice but to remind people consistently about your products and services and how you can help them, because people will forget. Ladies, everybody is living their own life. Life is life and stress is stressing for everybody. And on top of that, they're being bombarded with content all day, every single day. If you do not consistently remind people, they will forget. You have to remind them over and over and over again so they can begin to remember. Why do you think I keep telling you guys that the key word of this live is execution? I have said that about 20 times so far. Why do I keep repeating myself? So it sticks. I told you, psychology has proven the more you hear something, the more you remember. So I keep saying it so you don't forget that you have to execute. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes? Because I already know you're human and you're gonna forget. You always do. So you have to remind people consistently, because if you don't, I promise you, they will forget who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. I promise you that. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are, okay? Everybody is aware. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription for 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. And even though everybody knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend money with them every single month, they still remind you consistently that they exist. How? Well, look at those Amazon trucks. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. Those big ass blue trucks, they could have left them blank. They didn't have to make them blue and put their logo on it. They didn't have to do none of that, no. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is multiple times a day, your brain remembers Amazon. Look at their packages. They could have left those cardboard boxes blank. They didn't have to put their logo on the packing tape. They didn't have to do all of that. But they did it for a reason. Why? Because every single time you see one of their packages, you can't even go down a neighborhood. You can't even go into an office space. You can't even go into a mailroom without seeing Amazon packages everywhere. Every single time that you see one of those packages, your brain thinks Amazon. Do you really think that they're sitting in their corporate office saying, we don't want to be annoying? What if we talk about Amazon too much and people unsubscribe from our Prime membership? What if people think we're begging them for money? Girl, please. They know you're not going nowhere. Why do they know that? Because they know they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. We all do. And they got you covered. So every single month, they know for a fact that they're going to get your hard-earned money. Because you're going to still keep that Prime subscription going. Because you want that 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm all over the internet. You might have found me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. I'm everywhere. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently and teach people about Glow Up Academy and how I can help people? And not worry about people thinking I'm begging them for money or unfollowing me because I'm being annoying or doing too much. Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to learn how to build their online business. I teach them that inside Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to become more confident and believe in themselves and actually follow through with the promises they make to themselves. I teach them how to do all of that, all inside of Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to monetize their platforms. They want to learn how to set boundaries and prioritize their self so that they can actually love themselves. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. I am not worried about who unfollows me because I'm being annoying. I am not begging anyone for anything. If people unfollow me, let them. They just weren't ready to glow up, and that's okay. They'll come back when they're ready. They always do. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot too. And if you want to sell a lot, you are going to have the same energy about your products and services. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? All right. Let's get into sales. If you are ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. I'm drinking my water. I am teaching you guys how to sell your digital product, okay? If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, please double tap the screen. Good morning, good morning. Before we get into it, I do want to address the elephant in the room, which is failing. Ooh, child. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all, say you want an online business. You have all these goals that you have for yourself, but you are terrified of failing. And that fear of failing has you in a chokehold. But what if I told you that a lot of you guys are confused on what failing even means? So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think failing means you post your first YouTube video. And if you don't get 50,000 subscribers by the end of the week, then you failed. Some of y'all think that if you launch your first ebook and you're not a millionaire by the end of the month, then you failed. And some of y'all are really out here believing that if you post your first TikTok video and it doesn't get 10,000 views in 48 hours, then you failed. But that's not failing. See, failing only exists when you quit. When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I give up. Well, that is when you have officially failed. But if every single day you just commit to doing something, no matter how big or how small, towards the goal, every single day, just do something. Maybe one day you do 20 minutes, another day you do an hour. It doesn't matter. But every single day you do something towards the goal. That's not failing because you're still showing up. You're still trying. You're still committed. All I'm asking you to do is do something today that you didn't do yesterday. Maybe yesterday you made excuses. How about today you don't make any? Maybe yesterday you thought about posting content. How about today you record the damn video? Maybe yesterday you thought about starting a business. How about today you started? If every single day we do something, no matter how big or how small, towards the goal, that's not failing. The problem is, a lot of us are entitled. And you have been living in an entitled mindset for so long that you don't even realize you're living in one. Because you have become entitled to the results in the time frame in which you set. What you have done is you have pulled a bizarre number out of thin air and you have said, if it does not happen like this, the way I said it's supposed to happen, then that's why it failed. Because it didn't go my way. Because I am entitled to $1 million in 2 weeks. That's entitlement. But my question for you is, who told you that it only takes 2 weeks to make $1 million? Where did you get that from? Who told you that? You have set this bizarre time frame and you are holding on to it. And if it doesn't happen in the time frame that you feel entitled to it, then you failed. Ladies, I lost 100 pounds. For anyone on here who has lost weight, you know this is true. Let me ask you, if you consistently eat less food and you consistently move your body, don't you eventually get to your goal weight? Yeah, you really do. You really do. To my ladies who have built their credit, let me ask you, if you just consistently pay down your credit card balance and consistently start paying your bills on time, don't you eventually get to the credit score that you wanted? Yeah. Yeah, you do. So why would business be any different? If you consistently post your content and you consistently show up for the business, you will eventually get to the dollar amount that you want. So for everyone on here who is so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, then you didn't fail because you're still going. So now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? Good. Very good. We're not worried about failing. That is out of our system. Sales tip number 1. Make sure you guys are taking notes. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king and distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense. Let's start with the content is king portion, okay? Now, our content is just anything that we upload, anything that you post. So stories, pictures, reels, if you go live, long form YouTube videos, if you're on threads and you're typing statuses and stuff like that, all of that is content, okay? And the way we're gonna get the word out, in other words, let people know about our products and services and how we can help them, is through our content. Content is king because we already know people are gonna forget. So we have to be consistent so they remember who we are and how we can help them, okay? Now the distribution is queen part. Not only will we be posting content consistently, oh, well, hold on, let me time out real quick. Back to the content is king part. We gotta post consistently. Now, some of you guys are not posting at all. because maybe you're camera shy. All right. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. We're always gonna crawl before we walk, and we're gonna walk before we run. And we're just gonna commit to doing something towards the goal to get better and better, okay? So if you're not posting at all, maybe you're camera shy. Well, for you, what I want you to start doing today, not tomorrow, but today, is I want you to commit to sitting in front of your camera for 30-second increments, 2-minute increments, whatever. Not to post. I want you to be recording yourself, talking about whatever you want to talk about. Doesn't matter. The whole point of this is for you to get comfortable with being in front of the camera, because you can't make content if you're not comfortable. So we're going to get comfortable by doing it over and over again. Once you have become comfortable in front of the camera, which you will be if you're doing what I'm telling you to do, then you're gonna commit to posting 1 time a week. Something like 20 seconds is 20 seconds. You got lots of time in 1 week to record 1 20-second video and hit post. Then once you get comfortable with that, we're gonna up it to 2 times and then 3 times and so on and so forth, okay? So you should never be feeling overwhelmed. You're gonna crawl before you walk, and you're gonna walk before you run. You can do it. Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only will we be posting consistently, I also need us to be building at least 3 platforms. We're building 3, okay? And why 3? Because 1 is too close to none. Like that 1 income you have at that 1 job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You'd be freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they tried to this time last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out like all the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account and nothing else. I always teach my students that we have to stay proactive so we are not reactive. In other words, we gotta stay ready. And no, it's not hard to build 3. The same exact video that you post on TikTok, you will throw it on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. Ladies, get out your head. It is not hard. Okay? Now, which platform should you grow? That's 1000% up to you. You got lots of options. I do always suggest with starting on the platform you are always on. So if you're always on TikTok, start TikTok, because obviously you love this app so much, that's why you're always here. And then just choose 2 more. Now, let me tell you this in case you did not know. YouTube is the most watched platform. See, a lot of y'all are confused. You think it's TikTok. Girl, no. Please. People are watching YouTube more than cable TV now. YouTube has replaced cable. YouTube is the most watched platform. So I always suggest to my students, urge my students to start their YouTube channel. If everybody's watching YouTube, you should be posting on YouTube. And let me remind you, whenever you're trying to figure out how to do something, ladies, where do you go? YouTube. Start your YouTube channel, okay? Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I want to speak to the woman on this live who's still living in fear. She's quiet. She ain't saying too much. She taking notes. She's double tapping the screen because she likes what I'm saying, but she's in her head. She's saying things like, Jazz, girl, I would love an online business. It sounds amazing, but honestly, I just don't know. You're telling me to post consistently. You're telling me to make an ebook. I'm not tech savvy. You're telling me to build 3 platforms. Jazz, this sounds hard, and I just don't know. Okay. Well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, like you always do, listen, okay? The first thing I want you to understand is I can't convince you of anything. And I'm not even gonna try because I don't have the power to. So if you want to believe that posting consistently is hard, then fine, your feelings are valid. You're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that making an ebook that AI will literally write for you is hard, then fine. You're allowed to think that. You're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you of something. The life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit is hard. Knowing that you're meant for more and not living it is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed and so upset with how life is going right now is hard. And you live like that every day. And that's what fear will do. Fear will convince you that you can't do any of this. And you let it. You let it. Failing to realize that what you're already doing is hard. One thing I have noticed is we never, ever want to give ourselves credit where credit is due. When was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? Some of y'all don't even know. Can't even remember. Believe it or not, lifes, and stresses for everybody. And there were moments in your life where you did not think you would make it out. You were down bad and you was ready to just let it all go. You didn't know how you would overcome anything you were going through. But you overcame it because you're here today. And despite all of that you went through, you're going to let fear convince you that you don't have the ability to record a 20-second video and hit upload, that you can post faceless. Really, ladies? Really? Everything you've gone through, and you're gonna let fear try to convince you that you can't copy some words and paste it into a Canva template. Really, ladies? Our confidence is that low. That's the problem. That's why I keep saying we gotta build our confidence, because the confidence is -50 right now, and that's the freaking problem. Look at what you've already overcome. That was 50,000 times worse than this, but you're letting fear convince you can't do this. Some of y'all are damn near superwoman, and you're gonna let fear convince you that you can't do this. That's the problem. And ladies, I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you. And they are still getting it done. There are women on these apps with more kids than you. And they are still showing up, building their dream life. There are people on these apps who are always sick. They're always in the hospital. Cancer patients, sickle cell anemia. And despite all of that they deal with every single day, they still show up to make their dreams come true. There are people on these apps who are down bad. They've lost their house. They've lost their job. But they didn't lose hope. And despite everything going on in their world right now, they are still showing up, building their business. Now let's go ahead and be real for a second. Some of y'all ain't got half them problems. Some of y'all might, and I'm gonna give you grace. Some of y'all don't. No, you got a few complaints. You're not 1000% happy, but you know you're blessed as hell because you know it could be worse. And if you see people who are in worse off situations than you getting it done, why can't you? Because you don't even believe that you're worthy of success and wealth and happiness. You won't let go of the fear. That's why. And we got to fix it. Because you continuously let fear steal your dream life from you. You've already manifested, okay? You already wrote the vision board. You know what kind of car you want. You know what kind of vacation you want to take. You know what you want that bank account to look like. But every year that you do not do this is another year that you let fear hold you back and steal that dream life from you. We got to fix it, ladies. Listen, my online business changed my whole life. I can't make this up. I have been doing this full time since COVID, 6 years ago. I've made more money than I ever could have imagined from a cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I now have peace. I'm not stressing about bills anymore. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I have freedom now. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have confidence now. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. But before all of this, before COVID, girl, I lived a completely different life. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I used to be depressed as hell, miserable, broke. I used to work a 9-to-5, and I used to be an alcoholic. Listen, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because they told me to go to college and get a degree. They said once I graduate, I'll be able to get a good job with benefits and stability. I'll make enough money where I could take a few vacations a year. I'll be able to contribute extra to 401k, and I'll be able to buy a house. And then when I get too old to work, I'll have enough money saved up where I can live the rest of my years in dignity. That's what they said. So I bought in. I said, okay, let's go to college. My friends were going. My mom told me to go. I went off to college and got me a 4-year bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. Graduated. Got my first full-time job. Oh, I was so excited when they called me and offered me the position. I thought I was about to be rich. I was 23 years old, okay? They were offering me $60,000 a year. That's more money than I ever made, okay? So I was ready to live this American dream. I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I wanted my own place. I wanted to be a grown woman and do grown woman stuff. So I went out and got my own place. I didn't stop there, okay? Listen, I told you I had really bad spending habits. We listen, we don't judge. I do what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car, payment. See, I already had a car and it was paid off, title in hand, okay? It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, and F. It was a good car, but it was old. No push to start, no leather seats. No tablet on the dash. See, I had to upgrade to match my new upgraded life, right? Yeah, so I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger. Cost me $450 a month. And with the expensive cars, we all know, come expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke. There was no extra money to take any vacations. There was no extra money to contribute to 401k. I was broke. I couldn't even get my nails done. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, at 23, I thought it was all fun and games. I didn't think the government really wanted their money back. Everybody has student loans, right? Yes, everybody does. But they want their money back. They're not playing with you. See, the government will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They want you to focus on finding a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because they want to see your tax returns, because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no kids, they said I should be able to afford $400 a month. It's like, what? 400? I'm thinking $50. No, it's not up for negotiation either. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every month that I did not pay those student loans, which was every month because I really couldn't afford them, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped. 520. So my little American dreams of home ownership, that's not gonna happen for me no time soon. Not till I fix that. How am I gonna get a mortgage loan with a 520? So I'm broke as hell. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in the American dream bullshit did they tell me I was gonna hate my job and be miserable. College didn't prepare me for the war zone in corporate America. I had no clue what I was walking into. Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I grew up very sheltered, so I didn't know too much. I was very naive, pretty green in my early 20s, okay? When people told me something, I believed them. And so when I went into the interview, my supervisor said that everyone at work was one big old work family. Everyone loves each other and cares about each other, and we all want the best for each other. So I went into the department thinking that was true. I learned that in corporate America, people will kiki and caca with you in the break room. They'll put on a good mask. They'll text you outside of work, check in on you, see how you're doing. They'll talk to you like they're your friends. That's not your friend. They'll invite you out to happy hour, off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they still chose to be around you. That's not your friend. They'll invite you to their weddings and their baby showers with their family. They don't like you. They'll do the Thanksgiving potlucks in the break room. They'll do the Secret Santas. They'll even all come together and buy you a birthday gift with their hard-earned money. But they don't like you. And best believe, when you and your little work friends are all trying to get promoted for the same job, everything that you said that you thought was confidential with you and your friend is now in your manager's email. And you are now on the most hated list in the department. I was 23 years old. I became close with a woman who was 31. And she told me I was the little sister she never had. And we used to hang out off the clock. And when me and her were both trying to get promoted, everything I said was in the manager's email. I walked right into that. I was miserable. And just so you know, I worked with all women, and I was the youngest one there. I must have put in hundreds if not thousands of applications trying to get out. Nobody was calling me back for an interview. So I'm broke. I have bad credit. And I hate my job. For the first time in my life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. You are blessed. Because I wouldn't wish that feeling on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. That's how it feels. You could try to be optimistic and keep a positive mindset all day, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. That's how trapped feels. You could try to get a part-time job or work some overtime so you can catch up on some bills and not be so damn stressed about money. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray to God to get him to help you fix it. But it really starts to feel like he's ignoring you because you still have the same problems and you're still miserable. That's how trapped feels. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. I used to pull up at that job and I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in. I used to bring that job home with me. You ever did that? So what that means is you have clocked out. You are at home. And instead of enjoying time with your spouse, you can't because the people at work in their toxic ways have consumed your head. And now the entire night you are telling your husband about all the crazy negative things that they're doing at work. These people have stolen your peace. I couldn't even sleep at night. I was so stressed about bills. And to cope with all of my depression and anxiety and misery and stress, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves. But it quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story resonates with you, then you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains you every single day is hard. Crying all of the time because you are so unhappy with the way life is going for you right now is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck, payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. See, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Okay, I didn't have any hobbies, I didn't have any interests. So my life felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. That's depressing. Anybody would be depressed. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with you. It's depressing, okay? Anybody in your situation would be depressed too. There's nothing wrong with you. But now I get to wake up every single day doing what I love to do. And that's the beauty of online businesses. You can monetize anything. Anything you want, you can do. How many times have you scrolled on your For You page and saw the darndest things? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are people watching this and how are they getting paid? They are. Because people are watching it. It doesn't matter how stupid you think your idea is, sell it. It doesn't matter how far-fetched you think it is, sell it. Because there are people who are ready to watch. There are people who are ready to buy. But you keep getting in your own way and you keep allowing fear to steal your dream life from you. You already know you're worth more. You already know there's better out there. But you let fear take it. You let your fear convince you can't do anything. I need to say one more thing before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 8 hours or more, like how I did, you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do your family that loves you. Listen, I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute ride into the city was an hour, because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, 2 hours in the car, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break, 11 hours out of my day gone. I'll never get it back. By the time you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You're defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse and your kids. And mind you, they don't even get the best version of you. They don't get the happy version because you're not happy. They don't get the stress-free version because you're stressed. You got to put everyone to bed just to repeat it again the next day. Just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you even looking forward to? Because Friday you still worked, so they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you love. But Sunday, not so much, because you got to prepare for the work week. So you got to cook, clean, go to the grocery store, do laundry, and mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that is not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God I serve, He loves me. And if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be miserable? Why would He put me on this earth to be crying and hating life that He gave me? He didn't. He didn't. He created me for a very special reason. And then He allowed me the opportunity to find it and monetize it. He made you for a very special reason too. There is something very, very special about you. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job to make someone else rich while you're counting pennies trying to make ends meet at home. He did not skip you. You are special. You have a talent, and you need to be building your business. You need to monetize it. Sometimes, a lot of times, life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. And then you're here truly believing that there's nothing special about you. But that's not true. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God does not give us ideas that he doesn't believe we can do. No. He gave you that idea because you can. But in order to make it happen, you are going to have to let go of the fear. Because if you don't, you will never live your dream life. Okay? All right. No more fear. Fear don't live here no more. Okay? I don't want to hear it. We're not living in fear. Let it go. If you're ready for sales tip number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz, and we are building our online business. But most importantly, we are building ourselves, okay? The things we have going on in our pretty head is holding us back. The lack of discipline and consistency, the lack of follow through, the lack of confidence, okay? We got to fix it because you are your own worst enemy. Time and time again. Stop getting in your own way, okay? Hold on. Let me put this on the charger real quick. Stop getting in your own way. Also, you guys, make sure that you take notes because the key word of this live is execution. All right. Sales tip number 2. Good morning. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. If they don't trust you, not gonna buy. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. In your content, and again, also to you guys, all the sales tips I'm giving you also apply to faceless creators too. So I don't care if you're faceless or front and center. This applies to everybody. So don't think you're getting about anything, okay? How do we get people to like us? In your content, I need you to be relatable and I need you to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. The problem is a lot of you guys are trying to be perfect, but that's not who you are because you're not perfect. And then people only want to watch people that they can relate to in some way, shape, or form. But you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to be perfect because nobody can relate to perfection, so then nobody wants to watch you because they're not perfect. So stop. I need you to just be yourself. I need you to just be yourself. The community that we build, the followers, the viewers, the subscribers, those are the people who are going to buy our products, okay? So please be relatable and please be authentic. Now, some of y'all are gonna let fear take over and say, well, Jazz, what if no one likes me? That's impossible. That's impossible. Because there's 8 billion people in this world, Somebody is bound to like you. I used to be fearful of this too, okay? Ladies, you will be surprised, amazed at how many people you can help simply because you decide to post your content. While you're over there overthinking and trying to be perfect, there is somebody in this world who needs you. You have a solution to their problems, but you're depriving them of the opportunity to learn because you won't get out your head and just post. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Then those of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to hear this and I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to other people. So I need you to stop that and just post your videos. I have women inside of Glow Up Academy from all over the world. I'm in the US. There's women in there from Germany, Australia, Canada, Jamaica, France. I have never been to any of those places. But I was able to help them with their problems, all because I decided to post. So please, just post the videos. I promise you, people will like you. Okay? Now we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. and you can go live and be faceless. Going live is by far the best way to build your community. It is not more difficult. It is not more difficult, Camille. I rebuke that. It is not more difficult, I promise you. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it is the best way. How? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect, engage, and interact, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all hard-headed, and you're gonna say, well, Jazz, that's great, but I don't wanna go live. I'm gonna just say, fine, don't. I told you guys earlier, I'm not gonna try to convince you of anything. If you don't wanna go live, don't go live. But let me tell you this. You also said you didn't wanna go to work. That's what you said. You said you were fed up of that job and you wanted to live life on your terms. I know this. If you go live consistently, you will make more money on live than you ever made at that job. Ladies, especially on TikTok, you see it all day and all night. People selling. The internet never sleeps. It never sleeps. I don't care what time you go live. Just go live. It amazes me how people are willing to bust their ass for their job to make someone else rich, but they refuse to build wealth for themselves. Go live. Now, some of you are like, well, Jazz, I would. I'm not against going live. I'm just a little live shy. Okay. Listen to me. The only reason why you're live shy is because you just don't have enough experience doing it, okay? It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's just because you don't have any experience. You might have did it once 6 months ago, but you haven't touched it since. We have been on live for 111 minutes. And if you're still here, that's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, without a doubt, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. I can't make this up. Everything that we do over and over and over again, we get better and better and better at. You did not always know how to walk, but now you walk just fine. How? Because you had to be consistent. You had to keep doing it. You did not always know how to read and write. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you had to keep doing it. You did not always know how to drive. Now you drive just fine. How? Because you had to keep doing it. Well, just imagine if we kept going live. Oh, okay. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? Okay. There is a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently, and no, it is not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock, but most people work extremely hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. And if you want somebody to trust you with their hard-earned money, you are going to have to be consistent. You do not have a choice, okay? Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we got to do is remove the ego and the pride, okay? Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there's nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already know, whatever. Keep thinking that. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. But for those of you guys who can remove ego and pride and you recognize that there's room for growth and improvement, I am talking to you. First, what I need you to do is go to your profile. We're going to ask ourselves some questions. You have to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now ask yourself, is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people. I also need you to ask yourself this, be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I'm saying yet is because you have the power to fix it. Okay? Ladies, that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of business. That's the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything, and I mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. So if it's not clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, then fix it and make it clear so that when people go to your profile, they know what they can expect. I already know that I am not the coach, that I am not the mentor for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people do not want to be told the truth. Most people would rather complain and vent than to fix it. I'm not here for that. I am here to tell you the truth so that you can fix it. A lot of you guys make the choice every single day to not fix it. If you are camera shy or live shy, fix it. I already told you how. Go live consistently, record yourself consistently, and you will get to a point where you are no longer shy. If you lack confidence, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you make to yourself, because when you do that, you show yourself that you are worthy. You make the choice not to. A lot of you guys believe that you're trapped. And how things are today is how it's gonna always be, and that you don't have the ability to fix it. But I'm here to tell you that is not true. A lot of times we have been living in a trapped mindset for so long that we don't even recognize that we're living in one. But I'm here to tell you that you are. And listen, I used to live in a trapped mindset too. Remember when I had that 9 to 5 that I hated so much? I really convinced myself that I was trapped. I was never trapped. See, a lot of times we don't want to leave our comfort zone. And we have been in our comfort zone for so long that you've become used to it. You have become used to the misery. You have become used to the tears. You have become used to the depression and the anxiety. You have become used to all of those things. And you want to stay there than to take one step out of the comfort zone and get closer to the very thing that would change your entire life. But that's a choice. See, I was never trapped in that 9 to 5 because I had options. But all of those options were going to require me to step out of the comfort zone. I could have quit and just got some part-time jobs. I could have got me a job at Target and Walmart. Yeah, I would have had to work more than 40 hours a week, but at least I wouldn't have been at that miserable job that I hated so much But I got comfortable with Monday to Friday. I got comfortable with weekends off. Oh, I got comfortable with a paycheck that I only had to work 40 hours for. So even though this job was causing me so much misery and depression and anxiety, I made the choice every day to stay there in my comfort zone than to take a step out and get better. That was a choice. I could have moved back home, but then that would have required me to live back at home with my mom. No. I love having my own place. I love not having to listen to her rules. So I stayed in my comfort zone and continued to be miserable every day than to just do better. That was a choice. You are not trapped. You are not trapped. But in order to fix what's going wrong in your life, you are going to have to get out of the comfort zone. Because if you stay in that comfort zone, you will continue to be sad. You will continue to be anxious. You will continue to be stressed. I chose to do all of the things except the one thing that would have changed my entire life, which was leave. I chose to complain. I chose to vent. I chose to throw pity parties for myself. I chose to tell myself what I can't do and what's not gonna work. I chose to make excuses. I chose to stay in the comfort zone. But the minute I stepped out, my whole life changed. A lot of y'all believe that you can't fix it yet because you just don't have enough information. And you really believe that if you watch more lives and watch more YouTube videos and you archive more posts and ask ChatGPT more questions, then you will finally have all of the information that you need to fix it later. What if I told you you are not lacking information? You have more information than you even know what to do with because you are on social media all day. You are on here for hours. You have all the information you need. Your problem is not lack of information. Your problem is lack of implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the key word of this live, execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who wastes months overthinking her brilliant idea. You are the woman who makes excuse after excuse as to why it can't get done. You are the woman who procrastinates week after week. You are the woman who refuses to put herself first and actually get it done. That is you. This is what you do. You never execute. You would rather throw pity parties. You would rather complain. You would rather vent to anyone who's willing to listen, except do the one thing that will change your entire life, which is start. And my question for you is, how much longer do you want to keep doing what you're doing? Because I don't have to convince you of this. You can see this for yourself. It's not getting you anywhere. The content is not contenting. The sales are not salesing. The business is not businessing. The confidence is -50. The self-respect is out the door because you talk to yourself crazy and then you let others talk to you even crazier. You never put yourself first at all. You are around toxic ass people who drain you. My question is, how much longer? How much longer do you want to waste your own life? See, the problem is we as a society are entitled as fuck. And a lot of times you don't even realize how entitled you are. See, people always want to think that children are entitled. No, adults are entitled too. And a lot of you guys are so entitled to time. And you believe that you have all the time in the world to fix it. But my question for you is, who told you that? How do you even know that you'll be here 6 months from now? Who told you that? How do you know you'll be here in 5 years? Who told you that? Because last time I checked, tomorrow was not guaranteed. And instead of you living every day that you have to the fullest, you make the choice not to. Instead of living your life in the time that you have, doing things that make you happy, building freedom for yourself, you choose to waste it on people who don't value you. You choose to waste it on TV shows that do not fuel you. Why? Because that's entitlement. Time is our most valuable asset. A lot of you think it's money. It is not money. Because you can always make more money. You will never get your time back. 2025 came and left. And all of that time that you wasted is gone. You are getting older, not younger. And you will never be this age that you are right now in this moment ever again. And I don't have to convince you of how fast time is moving, because you can see that for yourself. Let me ask you this. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is 8:10 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it's Friday. Wow, I cannot believe it is February 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I am 35 years old, or whatever age you are, insert there. Because if you're anything like me, then you do that all day. So you already see for yourself how fast time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste the very precious and valuable time that you have. And my question is, how much longer? How many more years you want to do it? What you want to do? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. At some point, you are going to have to fix it. At some point, you are going to have to change so that your life can change. Because there are things about you that are holding you back. We always want to play the blame game. It's always everybody else's fault because we got so much ego that we can never want to blame ourselves. But it's you. It is you. It is you. The version of you who is confident, who loves herself, who doesn't care what people think, who's no longer people pleasing, who knows how to prioritize herself and not feel guilty about it, who's running her business the way she wants to, not the way people around her are telling her to, that version of you is already within you. However, she is buried under the fear that you refuse to let go of. She is buried under the excuses that you refuse to let go of. She is buried under the procrastination that you refuse to let go of. And until you change, you will not become that version. You can watch all the lives you want on how to make an ebook. You can watch all the YouTube videos you want on how to build a business. But until you change who you are and the things that you're doing, you will never get the results that you want. Which is why time and time again, you start and stop, you give up, you talk about what you can't do because you're trying to do everything but change you. You are the common denominator in your own life. You gotta change. One of the toughest reality pills I had to swallow, and this is tough, so hold on, brace yourself. Your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For those of you guys who are struggling financially, your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Now, this is where your ego will try to take over because you still want to play the blame game. And you're going to say, no, Jazz, no. It's not my fault that I'm paycheck to paycheck. I genuinely do not make enough money. How can I get ahead when groceries are as high as they are? Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Times have been hard. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. This did not happen last night. But every day, you choose to do nothing about it. Because you could have launched that ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started the YouTube channel 4 months ago. It could be monetized today. You could have started your TikTok last month. You would be building your community today. But every day, you choose not to. Every day, you choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what you can't do. You choose to never put yourself first. You choose to give up before you even get started. These are the things that you choose to do every day. You choose to do everything except the one thing that will change your entire life, which is start. And my question still remains, how much longer do you want to keep wasting your precious, valuable time? You got to change. And look, I'm not perfect at all, okay? The version of me that you guys see today is a direct reflection of the changes that I had to make. I made a lot. I am nothing like who I used to be at all. Not even close. I used to be 100 pounds heavier. I lost weight. For the longest time, I would try to lose weight, lose some, gain more. Lose some, gain even more. And I had excuse after excuse as to why I couldn't keep it off. It was always, oh, it's my thyroid. I still have thyroid problems, but I was actually able to lose the weight. How? Because I stopped making excuses. I just ate less and moved more. And I finally got the results. I had to change. I used to always procrastinate. I was the queen of procrastination. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just do it later. And later never showed up. I had to change that. I used to live in fear too. Oh yeah, I used to be scary as hell. Well, what if someone talks about me? What if they don't like me anymore? Girl. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. I used to call myself stupid on an hourly basis. Let me ask you, how the hell was I going to be able to run a successful business if I keep calling myself stupid? I couldn't. Your internal world always reflects your external world. If you got chaos going on in your mind, I know for a fact your life is chaotic. If you got toxicity and negativity going on in your mind, I know for a fact you got toxic and negative ass people around you. Stop talking to yourself like you don't have any sense. If you wouldn't say it to a child, don't you dare say it to you. I had to change that. I used to be distracted too. One of the biggest distractions that I struggled with in my journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, all that would have just went away. It would have just fixed itself. No. Ladies, your problems don't just go away. They don't just fix themselves. They actually get worse until you change. See, at least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit my job during COVID. Everything is shut down. I have nothing but time to drink. Who gonna tell me no? See, I just quit my job on a whim. I didn't have any money saved up. I just bought a house. Hadn't even been in the house for a whole year yet before I quit. But I'd been there for 6 years. I was fed up with their bullshit. I was turning 30 in a few months. I was like, you know what? F them, I'm out. I put in my 2-week notice and that was it. And I believe God told me the time to quit was at that moment. So I left, okay? And my plan was I was gonna live off of my stimulus for a few months, build my business, and then my business will just take over from there. Now, granted, I don't have any kids, so I didn't have much stimulus in the first place. I only had about $2,000 to my name, and my mortgage was $1,900. So the math was not mathing, but I just knew that it could just all work out, and I'll figure it out later. Let me just do this, okay? So I'm doing all the things that you do. I'm watching the TikTok coaches. I'm watching the YouTube videos, just trying to make it all make sense. Monetizations, content, digital products, algorithms. But it's not working. Nobody's watching my content and nobody's buying my stuff. See, I told you guys the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Back then, I was full of ego and it was never Jasmine's fault. Why would it be my fault? It's always everybody else. It's never me. I'm not the problem. Duh. So it's YouTube's fault. It's Instagram's fault. They don't like me. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. I was not posting consistently. I was not going live because I was always drunk. But I was lying to myself and convincing myself that I was doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing and it's all outside of me. I can't control it. Then I'm getting pissed off at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. You told me the time is now, but I'm running out of money. I already made a payment arrangement with my lights. If I can't make the payment on the day that we set, they're cutting them off. There's no more arrangements. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're gonna start the process of foreclosure on a house I haven't even been in for a whole year. I'm stressed and I'm pissed. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the problem. I'm the reason why. I didn't want to say that I was an alcoholic. I didn't want to admit that to myself. Who wants to say that? The guilt and the shame that I would feel within myself, my ego couldn't handle it. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Even though I drink all day, every day, as long as I don't start my day with alcohol, then I'm good. Because see, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So if I don't, then I don't have a problem. And then that means there's nothing to talk about. What? The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from yourself, because eventually you're gonna hit a brick wall. And eventually, God is gonna make you listen to him. See, I believe God is within us. So you have God within you, and I have God within me, okay? So those ideas that we get, those ideas came from God. Those are seeds that he plants. He's telling you to give it a try. That gut feeling that you get, that intuition, that's God trying to warn you. But have you noticed we spend way too much time trying to avoid listening to God? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. See, it sounds good in conversation to say, I listen to God, I walk with God. It sounds good on paper, but actions speak louder than words. You say these things, but what do your actions say? Because if that's not true, let me ask you this. How many ideas did God give you last year that you didn't even try? How many times did you go against your guts just to find out later you were right the whole time? We never want to listen to God. That's why we distract, to avoid listening. You don't want to listen. But eventually, he is going to make you listen. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on my bed crying, stressed out, so scared that I was going to lose my house. All the money I put in, it was going to be gone. And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years, which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you, and you're wasting it. So, what are you gonna do? Are we gonna keep doing what we've been doing? Or are we going to fix it? Are we going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. But since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. I started going live. My platform started growing. I started making sales. All because I decided to change. I started to say nice things to myself, something I had never done before. I started telling myself how amazing I was and how smart I am and how proud of myself I am of me. And for the first time in my entire life, I started to believe in me and I started to have confidence. Never had that before. All because I decided to change. See, what I didn't realize back then, and what a lot of people don't realize, in order to get something, you're gonna have to give up something. You cannot have both. In order to get something, you have to give something up. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up fear. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. God gave me everything I asked for and more, all because I decided to change. Listen, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace the job I left. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you can help me make $45K, I'll make it work. I'll cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 10K Instagram followers. I didn't know. I was like, shit, I don't even know 10 people. If I get to 10K, shit. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subs. I don't know. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. I can't even remember the last time I cried. All because I decided to change. See, this version of me that you guys see, who's confident, who loves herself, who runs her business on her terms, who knows how to put herself first and not feel bad about it, who doesn't people please anymore, who has boundaries, who respects herself, this version was buried under all of the fear and the excuses and the limiting beliefs. And until I changed who I was not going to become this version, because who I was back then didn't align with this. I had to change. But once I changed, God gave me everything I could have ever imagined. See, we delay our own blessings. That's the truth. God already has your blessings outlined for you. He is ready to give it all to you. But the problem is, he gives us free will. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. but he will not give you the blessings that he has for you until you change, until you become obedient. So if you want to drag it out for 5 more years, he'll let you. If you want to drag it out for 20 years, he'll let you. Some people never get them because they refuse to change. But when you change, all your problems go away. I can't make this up. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay, fine. But the life you're currently living is hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy is hard. Not even believing that you're worthy of success and wealth is hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit is hard. I've been there. I've done all of those things. I know. I've lived both hearts. And I will always choose this one because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with confidence. And this hard comes with income. Ladies, I have said time and time again, because I truly believe it, and you cannot convince me otherwise. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God would not give you an idea that you could not do. No, he would not. But in order for you to get the results that you desire, you are gonna have to stop standing in your own way. And you are going to have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, and there is no room for improvement, then keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with your life, I want to help you. See, inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your online business. I'm going to teach you how to start it. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to monetize your platforms, like how all of my platforms are monetized. Meaning you want to get paid to just post. It's in there. I'll teach you. Maybe you want to sell your ebook or your e-course. Maybe you want a private community. Whatever your dreams are, I'll teach you all inside Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to learn how to sell on live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of creators do. Fine, I will teach you. It is all inside Glow Up Academy. Every single thing that you need for your online business is inside Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business, I'm also going to teach you how to build yourself. There are things about you that we have to change, and we will change it together. Inside Glow Up Academy, we will build your confidence. Inside Glow Up Academy, we will build your consistency. Inside Glow Up Academy, we will build your discipline. We will build your accountability. So that not only do you start this time, you keep going. You follow through. Glow Up Academy is the space where we build your business together, but we also build your dream life. Together, I'm going to help you build the version of you who loves herself, who's happy, who knows how to put herself first and not feel guilty about it, who knows how to cut people and things off who are not pouring into them, to let go of the fear, so that when you start, we keep going. Now, before I let you join Glow Up Academy, a couple of things. Number one, I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same journey. Some people have a product and no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but I told you guys earlier, money flows where energy goes. So we got to lock into one idea first, okay? Some of y'all are spreading yourself too thin because you're trying to do all the ideas that God gave you. We got to pick your most favorite, and we're going to build that. And then once that one is flourishing, then we'll reach back into the pile and build another. Some of you guys have no clue what you want to build, and that's fine. We'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't want to start a business right now. There are other things that you want to work on in your life. Fine, we'll work on it together. No matter where you're at in your journey, I can help you. I have this notice for myself. Having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. I want to make sure I'm able to pour into you the way you deserve. So that's why I cap it at 10. And then once I reach 10, I take the link down until I'm ready to accept more people. Number two, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I only want to help people who want it. I'm not here to force change upon anyone who ain't interested, right? So women who know, and men who know that they want change, they move. So when the timer starts, just go, okay? Just go. Don't overthink. Don't second guess your brilliance. Just move. Because once the timer ends, I am taking the link off, okay? You don't have to know how to change. That's where I come in. I just need you to know you want to change, okay? Lastly, Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're in forever. You will always have access to join our live coaching calls. You will always have access to join our Sunday resets. You will always have access to ask me any questions that you have, any feedback that you want. You are always always. When I become your coach, your mentor, you and I are locked in forever. Can't get rid of me, okay? So, because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, I sell it for $5.97 and women buy it. 3 people joined this morning before I even took the price down. Because you guys are here, you are present, you took notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me you're going to execute, I am going to take Glow Up Academy price down to $249, and it will stay $249 for 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, so you can still get in. But once that 10-minute timer goes off, we are done, and it will go back up to $5.97. Okay? So like I said, just move. You already know what you want to do. That's why you're still here, because I was able to connect with you. So don't overthink it, because you know I can help you. Okay? I'm going to show TikTok how to join first. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just hang tight. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now this TikTok, me and you right here, y'all are on my main account. This is my backup. So the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. Okay? You're going to click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And you're going to click on this red button right here that says open. And then you're going to click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy, Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. It's marked down right now for $249. It will stay marked down for 10 minutes. Thank you, Alyssa. Once the timer goes off, I'm taking the price back up, okay? Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. Ladies, this is important. The email address that you put in, that's where everything is going. So please make sure you quadruple check that. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you and you misspell Gmail or something along those lines, okay? So please quadruple check that. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break up the payment, and then click this blue button here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving an email from Stan. If you do not get that email, that's because there was a spelling mistake here, but no worries, I'll fix it and you'll get everything you need to be. We're gonna fix it right on live. But please quadruple check that so that that doesn't happen, okay? I'm gonna show you again, and then I'll show you YouTube, and then I'm gonna set the timer. Click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile. Click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ, and then click this red button that says Open, and then Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, top button, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to log in, and just bear with me 1 second. I see 3 people joined. I'm about to send the second email in a second. YouTube, your instructions are a little bit different. You have to leave the live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then, where's my mouse? Oh, here you go. You're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And as you guys see, same thing, it's marked down to 249. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna as well. And then click Start My Glow Up, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer. The first email that you guys get is coming from Stan. The second email that you guys are getting is gonna come from me, Jasmine Spencer. That's me, okay? That second email gives you access inside Glow Up Academy for a lifetime. So I need you to confirm that you received both, okay? And then once you do get that second email from me, I need you to go ahead and click on the button that says Enter Now and confirm to me that you are inside Glow Up Academy. I like to make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be before I get off, okay? And once I get inside, I'm gonna be sending you a message. Let me pull it up so you guys can see. Some of y'all are not familiar with the platform, okay? So this is inside of Glow Up Academy. There is a message icon right here, okay? After I get off this live, I'll be messaging you guys because I want to know more about you. What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? What have you tried? What are your ideas? I want to know everything. I can't help you if I don't know what needs to be helped, okay? So what I need you to do, there's an inbox here. I need you to click on it and respond to my message. I need you to respond to my message, okay? Now you may not have time to respond. Maybe you're at work and you're trying to get in, but before you go to bed, I need you to promise me that you are going to respond to my message, all right? So that we can get started, so we can start executing. I can't coach, I can't mentor if I don't know what I'm coaching and mentoring. So please make sure that you respond to my message, all right? Don't leave me on no red, all right? So that is in there, okay? Do you guys have any questions? I'm about to start sending out the second emails now. Give me 1 second. Ashley, can you check your email for me, please? Ashley, I need you to confirm you received both emails. Nicole, can you check your email for me, please? Abby, can you check your email for me, please? Not sure which live y'all are on. I need Ashley, Nicole, and Abby to please check your emails for me and confirm to me that you received your emails. Now, while I wait for you guys to do that, we're gonna go through a few more affirmations. We still have 7 slots left, okay? Okay, Abby, I see you're inside. Abby joined. Nicole and Ashley. You guys, I want you to make sure you click on that button as soon as you get it and be inside. Like, that's how I know you're where you're supposed to be at, okay? Please, not only do I want to know you got the email, I want to know that you're inside, okay? Okay, I'm still waiting on 2 more people to get inside. Okay, I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I've been saying that this whole life. You can do anything you want, anything you want. But in order to do it, you gotta execute. You gotta execute, okay? This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. Okay, thank you. This version is shaping me into a strong version of myself. There's a reason why you showed up on my For You, or there's a reason why I showed up on your For You page today. It wasn't by accident. It was divine timing. Because you already know you're tired of your own BS. And you know you got some things that you need to change and that you need to fix. But the question is, are we going to choose to fix it, or are we going to choose to continue doing what we're doing? You already know I can help you. But a lot of you guys are still making the choice to not get the help that you know that you need. Okay, let me check 1 second. Okay, yes, Abby, you're in. I see you now. You are good. I'm still waiting on Nicole. Still waiting on Nicole. Nicole, where you at? I don't need to have it all figured out. Yes, so once I get off of here, I hop right inside and I'm gonna start messaging you guys. So just kind of hang tight for 5 more minutes. I don't need to have it all figured out. Amen to that, you just need to start. Some of y'all wanna have plan A through Z. That doesn't even make sense. You just need to start. Life never goes the way you want to go. So what is the point of trying to plan it out? When has a plan ever gone according to plan? Never. So why would that change now? Why would that change now? This is just another way for you to get in your own way and self-sabotage, because at the root of all of this, you are still living in fear. But that's a choice that you choose to live in every single day. Because that living in fear, you already know what that's doing for you, because there's things about your life that you don't like. So you've already been there and done that. But instead of you stepping 1 foot out of that comfort zone, slowly but surely, you'd rather hang out in that zone that's keeping you miserable and depressed, starting and stopping over and over again and telling yourself what you can't do. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I am confident in the decisions I make. I am confident in the decisions I make. Some of y'all never want to give yourselves credit, because you got yourself this far. Because the alternative would be 6 feet under, but you're still here. But you're still here. So you know a thing about making a good decision. True or false? You know a thing or two about making a good decision. She said, how can I know if it's good what I planned? You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Everyone talks about, I know, I walk with God. No, you don't, because you ain't walking. You stuck on social, watching YouTube videos, looking at reels. You gotta start. You gotta start. You gotta start. I trust myself to navigate through this. I trust myself to navigate through this. The reason why a lot of us struggle with self-trust is because you never keep the promises that you make to yourself. This still falls under the umbrella of confidence and lack thereof. The reason why you do not have self-trust is because you never keep the promises that you make to yourself. So subconsciously, you don't believe you're gonna stick with it, because you don't stick to anything. You don't stick to anything. If a man told you that he was gonna call you at this time, he was gonna take you here, he was gonna do this, and time again, he not doing it, our women's intuition would go off and be like, okay, I can't trust him. I don't trust him. He full of shit. But why do we not apply that same logic to what we do to ourselves? You told yourself you was gonna post, you told yourself you was gonna make the content, you told yourself you were gonna do this, you told yourself you was gonna go to the gym, you told yourself you were gonna start drinking more water, you told yourself you were gonna stop going to fast food, you told yourself all these things. And you ain't did it yet. Ain't did it yet. Or you did it for a week. And then that was it. Well, that's why you don't trust yourself. Because you keep showing yourself that you don't follow through. So how do we fix that so we can start trusting ourselves? You gotta change. You gotta change. How can I get money for something that is maybe not perfect enough? What are you talking about? It'll never be perfect. It'll never be perfect. It'll never be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys one more time and we're going to close it out. We got 2 minutes left. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile. Now don't forget, y'all are on my main account, so my profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ, and then you're gonna click on this red button that says open. And then you're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna leave my live, you're gonna come to my YouTube channel, and you're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy, Lifetime Access. And then here we are, become the woman who actually follows through. And it's marked down to 249, okay? I am still waiting on Nicole. You guys, please don't leave my lives until I know you are where you are supposed to be. You know I need you to confirm that you're where you're supposed to be. Y'all know this, y'all know this, y'all know this. Y'all know how we roll. Because I don't know if you misspelled your email or not, because I don't know what it's supposed to be. So this is why I need to make sure that you're where you're supposed to be so that I can, if you misspelled something, I can fix it right here. Nicole. Okay. All right. We're going to end here. Make sure you guys follow me if you haven't already. They do steal my videos. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping inside now. So y'all will be getting a message from me within the next few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, that was a choice that you chose to make, okay? You already know deep down inside I can help you. That's why you're here. However, you don't want to leave that comfort zone. You would rather stay in the misery and the depression. It doesn't have to be that way, okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I truly enjoyed you guys, and I will see you guys later. Have an amazing Friday, okay? Bye, YouTube.